Well, hello. It's Vegas Paulie C, and this is Sebastian, and he is one of the leading promoters at the Wynn Encore. And he had me over there last night to do a video for the Encore Beach Club, which I'm happy to do because it gets me views. And I was talking to him about his life and his interesting story, and I realized that I had something here that I really wanted to share with everybody on YouTube and here, there, and everywhere. I've never done this before, so I apologize ahead of time. I'm not really a podcast interviewer, but I want to do it here because this is a great story. This is an interesting story. So you came here from Venezuela when you were 16 years old.
16 years old, and I arrived at Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, and then you were in Orlando until you said you were 20?
20 years old, and
Okay.
then we moved to Vegas.
Okay.
I was a minor, so I wasn't able to, gamble and everything.
Okay.
But as soon as I get 21 years old, I started gambling.
Oh, okay, you started to gamble. What game did you enjoy?
Huh?
What game did you play?
The slot machines.
Slot machines,
The
okay.
worst ones. So basically, I was living on my own.
Okay.
And then when I started gambling, I lose everything.
Into the slot machines, okay. What
Yeah.
What were you doing as a job at the time?
I used to play soccer and stuff around the city.
Right, okay. Did
Yeah.
they pay you to play soccer? Is that
Yeah.
what? Oh, really? Are you like a
Yeah.
professional soccer
I
guy?
used to.
Really? Wow.
But yeah, I started gambling and I lose everything. And I was basically homeless for a long time, probably almost 4 months.
Wow, and the reason we're in this parking garage, anybody who's wondering, this is the parking garage at the Casino Royale. And Sebastian told me last night, this is when I wanted to do this story, that he was homeless and lived in this parking garage.
Yeah,
So you had a minivan
Yeah, I'm used to park at the 4th floor.
on the 4th floor.
Like where the tour right now, but it's closed. I used to park up there and spend my nights over there.
Wow.
I was homeless, yeah.
So you were gambling too heavy and you lost your apartment or wherever you were.
I lose everything.
You
I
lost
got-
everything. What? But you didn't lose your minivan. So you came and you lived in the minivan.
Yeah, I was living in there.
And you parked upstairs. So the first night that you stayed here, what went through your mind? What did you think?
I don't even remember about it. It was too much going on.
It was very painful, obviously.
Yeah, it was horrible.
You were
to be
21
honest.
years old.
I was 21 years old. I was just thinking about how I was, like how I ended up having $0 in my account,
Right. Did you
Like,
say $2? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
$2.
$2.
Okay, $2 in your account.
Yeah, that was the worst day of my life. And then I tried to apply for some jobs,
Okay.
like Cox, the internet.
Cox
company.
Internet. From your van, you tried to apply for a job.
Yeah.
You had a phone, I guess, right?
Huh?
You had a phone?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I remember that at the time I used to do like DoorDash and a little of Uber.
Oh, okay, because you had the van, so
Yeah,
you would
delivering
deliver.
Food,
You would
so
deliver.
I can like try to get some money.
So
but
you
it
could
wasn't
eat.
that good at the time.
Right.
But yeah, I tried to get a job over there. They reject me.
They
said-
rejected you at
They
Cox?
said that I wasn't that good for marketing.
Wow.
I was like, okay, whatever. Then I applied to get a job as a promoter at Tao Group.
And this is all the while you're living in the parking garage at the casino, right?
Yeah, I was living right here.
Isn't that incredible? So where did you shower? Where did you go to the bathroom? Where did you take care of your business?
I used to pay Planet Fitness.
Okay, you had Planet Fitness, so
Yeah.
you take a shower over
I
there.
used to show over there. Yeah.
And you decided that you wanted to become a promoter. Like, what put that idea in your head?
Well, that was not on my mind. I was just looking for something to
Right.
do, because I didn't want to be here.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, it was horrible. Every
Yeah.
single night was a crazy story. over here.
What time did you go to sleep at night?
Oh, normally at like 1 or 2, because every night all the showgirls and the people that are taking pictures with the
Uh-huh.
tourists, they used to come here. I don't know if they still.
Oh, is this where they meet up?
Yeah, they made
Okay.
it over here to split the money and everything.
Yeah.
And switch the customs. So it was
So this is where-
fights all night over here.
This is where they change their costumes
Yeah,
in order
yeah.
to go out on the strip and do like the
Well, they
showgirl
used
thing
to.
and
I
the
don't know
gorilla
right
and
now,
whatever.
but they
Okay.
used to do it over here.
And you're saying they used to have battles with one another, like about territorial
about
things?
the money and everything. It was
Wow.
a mess. And I was just trying to sleep, so it was crazy. Every
So
night.
you were woken by like, showgirls and, the gorilla guy all fighting with one another. And the people in the Walt Disney outfits.
Well, not the gorilla guy at the time,
Oh.
but it was like the Power Rangers or something.
The
like
Power
that.
Rangers. So when the outfits come off, there's a lot of problems after
Yeah.
that because there's money involved. I understand.
Exactly.
So you couldn't sleep. So you thought, what put the idea in your head that you wanted to be a promoter?
Well, the description of the job when you apply, it's very different, like of what it really is,
Yeah.
Because when you're a promoter and you're new, all you need to do is just go to the strip with these cards and
Uh-huh.
try to convince to people that you don't want to scam them.
Right.
But they don't believe you, so it's a
Right.
hard job. Like,
So-
especially in the summer with this
And what company were you working for?
Tag Group.
So you got a job to be on the strip with the cards
Yeah.
to say to people, do you want to be on the guest list?
Yeah.
Right, and you were doing it for Tao Group.
For Tag Group, but it was bad.
But at night you were living here. At night you were sleeping here.
Yeah.
And you were showering at Planet Fitness. So you would go out on the street, and how many people would you get to Tao Group? Would you get to bring to Tao
I
Group?
was horrible in the job, to be honest.
You were bad at it. But it's a very hard job.
Yeah, it's a very hard job. Like, I mean, it's hard, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't putting people in the club because it was hard.
You told me when I talked to you before, you were doing like 15 hours a day out there on the strip.
Yeah, and barely get like 10 people a day. It was horrible.
Right.
I wasn't making money.
And how much money do you get for every person that you would bring from the strip?
At the time, I think it was $4 per girl and $2 per guy.
So if you brought 10 people, you might only get like $30, $35.
Yeah, I remember that my first check was like $500, 2 weeks of work.
Okay.
So, because it's a commission
Right.
job, so...
You know what? That's really not terrible considering you were just starting.
Yeah.
So you got $500 and
Yeah.
you were able to, maybe get some food.
Yeah. No, it was a very good help, but I was just bad at my job.
But you were still living here when you got the $500 from Tao Group?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
So how long did you do that for?
Probably like 2 months.
2 months?
I was about to quit because I wasn't making money.
Okay.
I was spending a lot of time on the strip.
Right.
So I was trying to look for another job, maybe in a casino or something.
Right.
Can pay me more.
Right.
And basically, after that, I remember my girlfriend at the time. She.
Hold on 1 second. We got a guy here who, look what he did. He set off the alarm. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. We're going to move. What bad luck, huh? He set off the car alarm with the vibrations from the truck. Now we have to move because now this is what Sebastian used to deal with when he was sleeping at night in this garage. He would be sleeping and a guy would come along with a truck like that, making all that noise, and it would wake him up. So we're going to go over here now. But that was kind of good because that gave us an idea of what it's like living in the parking garage, right?
It was horrible at the time.
Okay.
Okay, I was saying that, so I was trying to look to another option because 500 every 2 weeks was not good.
Right, of course not.
And then my girlfriend at the time, she told me, like, why you don't do videos on social media?
Right.
Maybe you can, get people that...
So you actually had a girlfriend while you were living in the car, and that's a special girl, right?
Yeah, I'm still with her.
You're
after 4 years.
That's a girl that you never leave, a girl who's still with you when you're living in the parking garage?
Yeah.
That's what we call a keeper.
The keeper.
You know what I mean? Okay, so go ahead.
So she was the one who bring the idea of,
Okay.
make videos, maybe you're gonna blow up. And I did it. And after the first video that I make on TikTok, I get 1 million views.
So you opened it, you had started a TikTok account, and it was about what? About being a promoter?
I remember that day, it was the afternoon, and I was pushing Omnia.
Okay.
It was a Sunday night. We got the sale, the Latin party.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that I made that video about that party.
It was a Latin party, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
The sale. It's called the sale every Sunday.
Okay.
And it blew up.
It blew up.
And the next day...
What was in the video? Is the video still on your page?
I don't think so.
No?
I think they take it down
okay.
because I was putting some sounds in
Okay,
the background.
okay.
And you can do that anymore.
So you did that video, got 1 million views.
Yeah. Next day when I woke up, my phone was dead. Didn't work anymore.
Why? Because you got so many messages.
So many messages, yeah.
About people wanted to come to the party at Omnia.
I used to have an iPhone X, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it didn't work anymore, so I came to Apple. They gave me a new phone. And then I found out that my video was at 1 million views.
And how many messages would you say you had?
I don't know because at the time TikTok only the max was 999.
Okay.
And it was on 999.
999. So it was well over 1,000 messages.
Yeah. It was a lot of messages.
And it was a lot of people wanted to come to the party.
Yeah, a lot of people. So that was a life changer.
Well, tell me how you managed that. So you had over 1,000 messages on TikTok.
Well,
tell me what you did.
At the time, it was a problem because I was new as a promoter, so I didn't know how to handle that many people.
Right.
It was a mess. I was making a lot of money since that day, but
What did you do with those over 1,000 people? Did you say come to Omni on Sunday night?
Well, no. Most of them were trying to plan their vacations for the next month.
Okay.
Other months. Yeah. So I basically try to get everyone's information and try to like put them at the list for the clubs to the next month and stuff.
Right.
But yeah.
How long did that take for you to handle all that information that came in?
Probably like, I don't know, like a month.
Took you a month to go through all of that data that came in from that one video.
I was new and I didn't know how to really handle it. It was too many messages.
Right. I'm not judging you, by the way. I just was curious as to how long it takes.
It was too much.
Okay.
I just remember it was too much. There are some people also in Talk Group that they helped me with that.
Right.
Like old promoters like Quincy.
Okay, Quincy, yeah. Okay.
Axon, they helped me a lot with that.
Shout out to Quincy.
Yeah, shout out to Quincy.
Okay.
No, for real, they helped me a lot. And it takes me like a month just to understand what I need to do, like to process all the people, all those requests. Yeah.
So tell me what happened. So a month went by. When did your income suddenly jump up? Were you able to monetize all those people from TikTok?
Well, when my first check arrived, it was completely different. It was like a couple $1,000s in there.
Right. Okay. You got a couple $1,000s from Tal Group.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, I stick with this job.
Right.
Till now, because it was a life changer.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you were at Tal Group with those checks coming in, but you quit Tal Group.
Yeah, and I became independent.
And you became independent because you had so many customers.
Yeah, I was trying to focus on different stuff more than the clubs. And at the time, there was the non-compete, so, to avoid problems, I just preferred to become independent.
And all of your traffic was being driven by the TikTok videos.
TikTok videos and now Instagram too.
And now Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did the independent for how long?
For like a year, probably.
For like a year?
No, maybe less than a year. I think like 6 months, 7 months.
And then you were what, 22, 23?
I was 23 at the time.
23.
Yeah, 23.
And then you decided that you wanted to go to Wynn Encore.
Yeah, because, as an independent, okay, you can make a lot of money because you can work with everybody.
Right.
But at the same time, you are not like building a official career.
Right,
You know what I mean? So I decided to join the Wynn family.
Okay, how did you get in with the Wynn family?
Well,
tell me that process.
I contact Norman. He's another promoter, big promoter.
Yeah, Norman J, right?
Norman J, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So he's like my mentor in this.
Okay.
And
shout out to Norman J.
Basically, he helped me to get the job.
Okay, so you went and you met him and you told him your story.
Yeah.
And you had you already had like a whole clientele. You had a whole list of clients.
Oh yeah. I was already Sebastian at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So he helped me to get the job, and I started to work with Wynn.
So the Wynn was happy to see you because you have a tremendous clientele.
Oh yeah.
So how long have you been at the Wynn?
At the Wynn, I got almost a year. Yeah.
Almost a year.
I'm very new.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I saw you were really booming over there. It's fascinating because you tell this story. We're in 13 minutes now. And it went by so quick. You basically went from homeless, right?
Yeah.
In your van, out on the strip, working for Tao, getting $500. You did one video for TikTok. It blew up. You managed the data. And then you became independent and you managed all of that somehow. And how long were you, after you did the TikTok video, how long was it until you got out of the van and into some sort of stable living situation?
Oh, the first time, as soon as I get that check, yeah.
As soon as you got like the several $1,000 check?
Yeah.
From Tao?
Yeah.
Then you got an apartment?
Well, the second check.
The second check.
So after a month.
After a month. So after a month.
That was enough to get a place, like get another.
So it was 1 month from the incredible TikTok video to get an apartment.
Yeah.
And then out of the van. And how did you feel that first night that you were in your own apartment?
Great.
You slept like a baby, right?
I was crying.
You were crying,
I
right?
cried all night, yeah.
You cried all night. You see, I love an interview like you.
Life is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you're at the Wynn Encore. And anybody who needs anything over at the Wynn Encore should definitely, this guy, let me tell you why this guy stands out to me. And every once in a while you just meet somebody. And you are what Steve Wynn would call a gorgeous personality. The way you smile right through your face, the way you give of yourself. Even when I didn't see you for a couple of months because I got busy, I caught up on my own stupid behaviors. I always thought to myself, I want to circle back with Sebastian. And then when you told me that story, I was like, wow, it's incredible. I put this on my YouTube. I want people to see a success story like yours because then maybe they think to themselves, well, Sebastian was living in his minivan over here in this parking garage in the back of the Casino Royale. And now he's one of the top promoters at the Wynn Encore. I'm going to put his tag everywhere I can. I'm going to sing his praises This is Sebastian. You need anything at the Wynn Encore, get on his guest list, get his tables, get his lily pads, get his cabanas, get the cabana with the pool, which is all $6,000. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Like, I always keep trying. Like, life is weird. Sometimes you can be down. Next day you can be on the top.
Right.
Just try it.
It's a beautiful story.
What, just try it. Life is beautiful. That's all I can say.
And I'd just like to say that this is the first podcast I ever did interview. I hope I didn't talk. Do you think I talked too much?
No, it's fine.
It's all right. A little much for a podcast.
You probably talk more without the camera.
Right. I'll tone it down a little bit next time. This is Sebastian, Vegas, Paulie C.